What is going on, guys? This is Spade, and right now I'm going to be sharing with you guys some PC footage using Battlefield 3, as I do not currently have Battlefield 4 on my PC. This is entirely on a test build that I'm using. I've been using my old PC for about a year now, and I did upgrade a few components in this current build, so I'm referring to it as a test build. And there's a few modifications that I've done to get things to work other places, but to give you guys an idea of what is happening, this is Battlefield 3 gameplay that I was live streaming. This is stream footage captured at 30 frames per second using OBS while playing Battlefield 3 on PC. I was still getting about 90 frames per second recorded by Fraps while streaming. Everything is set to medium on Battlefield 3 in-game. I was able to stream with Ultra, but I was only getting about 35 to 40 frames per second in-game. So that's that side of it. Now, the components that I'm using to play this game, and these are not the best components by far. I'm sure there's stuff better out there, but economical wise, money wise, financial wise, stuff like that, for me, this is what works best. My processor is an AMD FX 8350 8-core CPU. It comes stock at 4.0 gigahertz. I have it overclocked to 4.4. The cooling that I am running on that CPU is a water cooling system from Corsair. It's a Corsair H100i. And then my video card that I'm using, it is a loaner video card right now. It's not a permanent. My normal video card that I was running was an NVIDIA GeForce GT 240. But right now, what's running this game right now is an XFX Ghost Edition Ultra Overclocked HD 7770, and that is overclocked to 1.1 gigahertz or megahertz. I'm not sure, but either way, it's at 1.1, so it is overclocked graphics card as well. And my motherboard, for those of you that are wondering about my motherboard, it is a Gigabyte 78 LMT USB 3 motherboard, and my RAM, I have 8 gigs of RAM on this build right now. Now, the weird thing about that is some people are like, ooh, it's a micro ATX build. Yes, it is, but at the same time, it does what I need it to do. Whenever I did install this loaner card, this SFX card, I did have to pull my capture card out because this graphics card is the dual slot and it takes up my X1 slot. So if I did want to keep this card in my computer, I would have to get an X1 relocator ribbon, which is something that I'm looking into. But another thing that I am looking into whenever I do receive my Yadios is donating to me an R9 280X graphics card, and instead of throwing it in this machine like I was originally wanting to do, which I still might until I can afford to do it, I'm wanting to build a new rig around that one using some of my components from this one. So in theory, I would have a 16 gig RAM system, the R9 280X graphics card, the AMD FX 8350 CPU that's overclocked, my water cooling system. So essentially it would be about the same build, just amped up a little bit more, and then I would give this computer to my wife. That way she could have a computer for her work stuff at home, because right now she's doing it off a laptop that is literally on its last legs. But I just wanted to show you guys that you don't have to have an amazing computer to play and stream PC games. I know a lot of people out there are like hashtag PC Master Race, which I am one of those people. I like PC games. And watching this gameplay right here, you're going to see that my mouse and keyboard skills aren't that great. They're not super elite or anything like that. I get by. This is my best ever game on Battlefield on PC. It's not amazing by most people's standards. It is a 21-6 rush defense gameplay. It's not amazing by any means, but I do what I need to do in the time that I'm given, and I enjoy it. I enjoy playing PC games, but the learning curve on it is pretty, oh man, it's killer. It really is. Like having to get the muscle memory down of the keys and everything. And me being a console player, it sucks because the reaction time on PC is so much more, and my hands, like, right now I'm using a Razer Arctosa keyboard, so I don't have any macros or anything like that keys. I don't have any macro keys. And then my mouse, literally, since I'm entirely new to PC gaming, my mouse, I'm using a standard generic USB laser mouse. That's it, an optical mouse. I don't have any extra buttons or anything like that. So whenever I'm playing PC games, I don't really crouch or go prone a lot because I can't. My pinky just doesn't work that way. I can't hit Control or Z while running or anything like that to go prone or crouch. And it gets aggravating at some points, but other times you just kind of get used to it and do what you can do. And part of me was like, I could use a controller on this, and then the gamer side of me is, why the fuck would you want to do that? Because using a controller on a PC game, you should be kicked in the fucking nuts, because that's the whole point of PC. Keyboard and mouse is the ultimate in precision. You know, like, if you miss a shot on PC when you're playing keyboard and mouse, you deserve to miss it. If you hit it, you hit it, because there is no aim assist or anything like that on PC. You get what you earn, you know, and I'm a very big fan of that. But back onto my PC build. Another thing, my power supply isn't the best, and it's a rather low-end one. It's a 500 watt that is in this build, and it's so low-end to the fact that it doesn't have a 6+2 connector, 8-pin connectors, or anything like that. It just has Molex power connectors for hard drives, disk drives, stuff like that. So what I actually had to do, I went to Fry's Electronics and I actually bought Molex to 6+2 connectors, and believe it or not, it worked. I was very surprised at the fact that that worked and powered this graphics card. Now, naturally, whenever I build my new system, I'm going to get, I'm really looking at a Corsair 650, a Corsair 650 watt power supply with all the connections. I was looking at a modular power supply, but that just is a little bit more expensive than I'm looking to spend. It was like 350 bucks. But you can connect to it what you need to connect to it and take off what you need to take off. But my build right now as a whole that I'm using, like how much I have into it out of my own pocket and how much this stuff is worth, isn't expensive by any means. It's about a $400 to $500 machine. I mean, it's not super expensive or anything like that. And this literally will play what next-gen consoles play at the same resolutions or higher, with the exact same frame rate. So that's really cool. So it's one of those things, like if you just wanted to build a gaming PC, even a basic gaming PC, you would really have more performance out of that than you would the next gen consoles in theory. And that was air quotes on that, because right now I could honestly play Battlefield 3 on Ultra, which means from what people are telling me, that I could play Battlefield 4 on high settings comfortably with this graphics card. Now, whenever I switch to the R9 280X, and as long as my RAM and everything is free, stuff like that, I should be able to play it on Ultra easily without any problems whatsoever, without any loss of quality. And that's going to be really cool, and I'm looking forward to that. But the big thing about this build that I want to describe to you guys is this particular build, this $400 to $500 build. It'll play Titanfall on medium settings. You know, like that's the thing. Like I was wondering if my PC would be able to run Titanfall, and yes, the only thing that is hindering it was my graphics card that I was using, the NVIDIA GT240. Like that was holding it back. And then Yadios, being a kick-ass subscriber and a kick-ass friend, he's like, I'll donate you the R9 280X to get you going on Titanfall, and that's cool as fuck. But this Ghost, this R7, whatever, this XFX 7770 is a great card, and I think it's on clearance right now for Best Buy at like 90 bucks. You know, it's cheap as fuck, but it's a good card. It's not a great card, but it's good. So again, all my PC specs and everything are going to be in the description if you want to check it out. Feel free to ask me any questions if you have any, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Once again, guys, this was Spade. Thank you for watching, and be sure to leave a like on the video.